I'm Adrian, and today I want to show you how to play a classic James Burton solo. It's quite a challenging one, but I think that anyone who's serious about playing lead guitar would benefit from spending a bit of time learning this solo. It really has got everything in there. There's some beautiful jazzy melody, some lovely double stops, some country bending, some flashy chicken picking type licks. Really is an all-round brilliant solo. So grab your Telecaster and let's check out how it's done. One more time through the solo then, just up close. There we go, and let's sort of just map out the chord changes first before we get into the actual solo. It's kind of, we're in the key of A, and it's played over quite a jazzy kind of a chord progression. I think this song was initially a kind of a jazz tune covered by Ricky Nelson, and we've got a fairly typical jazzy chord progression here. We've got a 2-5-1 in the key of A, so B minor 7, E7 to A major 7, possibly A6 there. Then that repeats 2, 5, 1. Repeats again, B minor 7, E7, and then the third time it goes to F sharp minor. So we kind of got the relative minor there, I guess, or the 6th minor chord. Then we got B7. Which I suppose you could see that as a secondary dominant. If you're a music theory fan, it's the 5 of 5. So we've got B7, then we've got an E7, E7 sus maybe to E at the end of the solo. So so that's what's going on harmonically in this solo, and James Burton is kind of using a mixture of different approaches here. He's sort of got his typical kind of country major pentatonic stuff going on, but he's also kind of playing around the chord changes a little bit and throwing in some extra chord tones in places as well. So I'm going to take you through the solo bit by bit. It breaks down quite nicely into 1-bar phrases, so I'm just going to take it quite slowly, 1 bar at a time, because it is quite a challenging solo and there is quite a lot of stuff going on here. So let's just take the first little phrase, which is this. So we're starting off 5th fret on the B string. We're going to go 5, 6, 7th fret played twice. Then we're sliding up to the 10th fret and coming back to the 7th fret. So we've got. We're coming in on beat 4 with a couple of pickup notes. It's 1, 2, 3. I mean, there are a couple of ways you could count this song, I should say. You could sort of feel it as 1, 2, 3. But it's got kind of a double time feel as well. So up to you how you feel this one, I think. But that's the first phrase. Then we've got this. I got 5th fret on the B, sliding up to the 9th fret on the top string, hammer on from 7 to 9 and pulling off back to 7, then the 5th fret on the top string and back to the 7th fret on the B. So then we got the 5th fret on the B twice. Then this nice little double stop section. So we're playing the 9th fret on the top 2 strings. Then we're coming down to the 8th fret on the B string, and you can just hear a little flutter on the B string there. So a hammer on from the 8th to the 9th fret, pulling off back to the 8th fret. And then we're taking the B fret, the B string note down again to the 7th fret, and then to the 6th fret, and then finally to the 5th fret. So we just coming chromatically down the B string really there, whilst maintaining that that high note on the top string. So I'm kind of fretting that with my 2nd and 3rd fingers, and then stretching with my index finger, but probably some other fingering possibilities there, but that's what feels good to me. Then just to round off that phrase, we've got the 6th fret on the G string. It sounds to me like there's some kind of pull off to the open string. That open string is really a bit of a ghost note, just there to keep time, I think. And then we got the 7th fret on the D, back to the 6th fret on the G. That's what it sounds like to me on the recording, and I have sort of analysed it really, really closely. I mean, it could be something like that, but it sounds good to me just having that open G as a kind of a ghost note. So something like that. So let me just play from the start of the solo then, just up to where we've got so far. We've got then we're going to carry on. We've got really playing the same idea as the opening phrase, but playing it a bit lower down. So we're continuing with that kind of motif. It's now the 7th fret on the G, played twice, sliding up to the 9th fret, and then back again. Next phrase. We've got 6th fret on the G, 5th fret on the B, sliding up to the 9th fret on the B. Then we've got another of these hammer-on pull-off moves, so 7, 9, 7 on the B, coming down to 5 on the B, 7 on the G, and then 6, 6, 7, 6 on the G. So I will write all of this out in music and tab. It might be easier to sort of follow through whilst reading that. That will certainly help you with some of the timing stuff. As will really carefully listening to the original recording. That's probably the best way to pick up the nuances of the timing and the phrasing for this particular solo. I mean, that's kind of the end of the first section of the solo. Then we're sort of moving down to the 2nd position, and we've got some kind of country bending. Some country bending stuff going on. So this is all in our sort of familiar A major pentatonic scale pattern down here in the 2nd position. So that the first little bending phrase goes like this. We've got we've got a 2 fret bend at the 4th fret. Then we've got a kind of a pre-bend there. So we're bending the string before we attack it with the pick. Then you just hear the note go down. Then playing the 2nd fret on the G, 4th fret on the D, back to the 2nd fret on the G. So it's coming in on beat 2, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Next phrase. More bending of the same note. We're bending the 4th fret note again. Then we've got a bend and release. Playing the 2nd fret on the same string. And the 4th fret twice. Next phrase. Bending that same note again. Then we're playing the 2nd fret on the top string. And that's a good candidate for a bit of pick and fingers hybrid picking. So we can play the bent note with the pick and then catch the second fret note on the top string with the middle finger of your picking hand. Then we're bending and releasing the note again, playing the second fret down to the 4th fret on the G, on the D. Then we're bending the 4th fret on the G twice more, and then 4 to 2 on the G, 4 to 2 on the D. So next phrase is this. We've got a kind of trill here, so 2nd fret on the D, 4th fret on the D, and sort of hammering and pulling with the 3rd finger very fast. That's what's known as a trill. Just doing that twice. And then we've got this. And this sounds suspiciously to me on the recording like it's a little bit of a mistake. I guess even James Burton sometimes makes the occasional mistake. I mean, maybe not, but it certainly sounds a little bit odd. You've got a kind of bent note and then what sounds like an open string in there as well. So if you listen to the recording, we've got 4 on the D, 2 on the G, and then it sounds like a bend at the 4th fret, and he kind of slips off the bend, and there's an open G string, and then 2 and 4 to 2 on the D. So I'll have a listen to it on the recording and see what you think. I mean, you could try and copy exactly what he's doing, or you could kind of do it a bit differently and just miss out that slightly odd open string in there if you wanted to. But on the recording it sounds like this. But you could possibly do it like this instead. Whatever you think, have a listen to that, and I'll let you decide. Next little phrase goes like this. We've got more of the same kind of stuff here. We've got 4 4 2 on the D string, then another bend, 4th fret on the G, 2nd fret on the top string again, and then the same note we're bending and releasing, playing the 2nd fret, and then 4 4 on the D, 2 on the G. That's the end of that little section of the solo. Then we're into these great kind of chicken picking. I guess these are similar to the kind of licks that you'd play on a piano. So kind of piano emulating kind of chicken picking licks here. Really, really nice. And the first one goes like this. Something like that, and that's all. This is all over the B7 chord. Really essential, I think, you play this with pick and fingers to get the proper sound. And it's all based off of this shape here. So 9th fret on the D, 11th fret on the G, 10th fret on the B, and kind of pulling off from the 11th fret to the 9th fret with the 3rd finger there on the G string. And the exact pattern that James Burton is using goes something like this. We've got the 9th fret on the D, maybe just sliding into that. Then we're playing the G and the B together. This is where I'm using the middle finger and ring finger of my right hand. Just it's good to sort of get underneath the string slightly and give it a bit of a snap. Then we're playing the D string again. Then we've got we're lifting up the 3rd finger, we're playing the G and the B at the 9th fret and the 10th fret, then putting the 3rd finger down and pulling off the 3rd finger, and then picking the D string again. So just slowly we've got... And it helps, I think, if once you've plucked the B and the G strings, you just come back to rest on those strings with the same fingers, and just to cut those notes short a little bit. That just adds to the flavour of the lick. Then the second half of this phrase goes like this. We're playing the B and the G 2 more times, then picking the D, then we're lifting up our third finger, playing the G and the B again, putting the third finger down, playing the same 2 strings, pulling off, and then playing the D again. So all of that bar it might take a little bit of getting used to that technique if you've never done anything like that before, so do take it slowly to start with. And then that is just repeated in the next bar, exactly the same thing. Maybe just cut off a little bit short on the final beat, because that gives you time to get into the next bit, which is the harmony is now changed to a kind of E7 sus4 sound, and this lick fits that. So here we're working around this shape. It's the 9th fret on the D, 7th fret on the G, and 10th fret on the top string. We're sliding from 7 to 9 on the D string. You're sliding into that first note. Then we're playing the B and the G together, pulling off with the little finger there to the 7th fret on the 2nd string. Then playing the D again, playing the B and the G again, this time with the little finger down, playing that twice, pulling off, and then the D again, and then another pull off on the B and G, D string again, and then the B and the G with the little finger down, and then just lifting up your little finger and playing the B and the G at the 7th fret. all quite difficult to describe this stuff. It may well make more sense just listening to the recording and following through in the tab for this particular section. But that bar slowly, we've got okay, really nice little lick there. Then final bar. And this bit really puzzled me to start with when I was trying to figure out. It's not really clear on the recording exactly what's going on. The guitar is a tiny bit buried at this point, but this is what I think it is. Yeah, please let me know if you think differently. But I've listened to it really closely, loads of times, and this is about as close as I can get, I think. So we've got this to start with. So we're playing the 7th fret on the D, G, and B, playing those 3 strings together. And you can just about hear on the recording the bass note climbing higher. So I'm just hammering on to the 8th and 9th frets there on the D string. Then we've got this little slide down. So we're sliding down. It's the 9th fret on the D, 7th fret on the B, sliding down to the 6th fret on the D, 5th fret on the B, and you're able there to slide your index finger, but you can't really slide your 3rd finger, so I'm kind of sliding and then I'm also switching to my 2nd finger as I go down, which leaves us in this position here for the final lick, which is kind of around an E7 chord, and we've just got this. So I'm playing the 6th fret on the D, 7th fret on the G, 5th fret on the B, playing playing those 3 notes together. Then I'm putting my little finger down 7th fret on the B, playing those 3 strings again and just pulling off with my little finger, giving you a kind of E9 to E7 kind of a sound. So that's the last bar of the solo. So a lot of stuff there. So I think what I should do is maybe put the whole solo together nice and slowly, so you can see how that all fits together and hear the timing of it all. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And up to speed. So there we have it, and what a solo that is. And by no stretch of the imagination is that an easy solo to play. At least it wasn't an easy solo for me to learn and play. So do take your time with it. Don't feel that you have to learn the entire solo either. As we just saw, it breaks down very nicely into a series of lovely licks. So if you haven't got time to learn the whole solo, you might just want to choose 1 or 2 of your favourite licks and learn those. But whatever you do, have fun, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.